Hello everyone, my name is Yuri and this is part 6 of writing the social network in Go. This has been a while and I was busy, so we can now continue to work on our social network. So as far as I remember, we left off implementing the users and friends functionality, and we did something, but not too much, and we added only some mocks, but not real, but not something real, to be honest. So there are several things that we have not done. So first, here is our table with friends, and we added a couple of friends manually. And the important thing in the friends in social networks is that people should confirm that you are someone's friend, and until then you are not friends at all. So we need something like confirmation, so friends confirmation, and we could implement it in two ways. So here is how we have made the table structure. So there is user ID and the list of his friends, and vice versa, these lists are mutual. So the simplest thing that I can think of to do is that we add something like new column. That would be enum, and it would be enum of yes and no, probably. So something like request accepted will be tiny int or even bool, which is in MySQL just tiny int 1. Yes, we can see it that it is tiny int. So it will show that request was accepted by user, and we have the index by user ID. So when person adds friend request, he would add an entry into the it would add entry into the friends table, and it would have request accepted 0, and when person that we wanted to add as a friend logs in, he would see the notification that someone wanted to add you to friends, and he would either decline the request or accept it, and if he accepts, he would set value to 1, and it would mean that the user has this friend. So first we need to actually see that we need to ensure that the table structure is the correct one. So put not truncate table messages, but show create table for friend. So oh, very nice. Okay, so describe this table. So the index is only for user ID, so we need to modify this index. So we'll probably drop this one and add new one. New index. So it would be user ID, would be unique index, but actually we would need to find not only the friends list, but also to find whether or not the user is someone's friend, and which is another thing that we should do is to ensure that we do not have duplicates, so that each friend is repeated only once for each user, so it is easily satisfied by unique constraints on this index. So user ID friend user ID would be unique. Oops. I don't remember where it is. So it would be database, yes. So so we would have a unique index. This table can be truncated. So let's do it. We have a user ID index that is unique. That should be unique at least. So let's see if it is. Yes, a unique index. My friend. Okay, so first thing that we should do is when the list users list is requested, we need to exclude our friends, and we need to make the link work, and we need to take only user friends into account and not everyone when we are showing online users. So let's do this. So first thing is that we need to make the link to add friend. We need this. Excuse me. We need to make this link work. So friends.js, and we added some href for the link, and it is not needed. Okay, so oh no, not at event listener. Oh, I forgot how to Add event listener, yeah. So I forgot how to use add event listener. Okay. So type listener. So event type would be, I don't know. Okay, so it should be like click, or yeah, we don't use jQuery, so we have to do this. So click and um, it accepts event, so we should even stop propagation and prevent default. Yes, uh, and then log the event. So this is how events are bound without jQuery. So that you know. mm. It's not too complicated, to be honest, but I just forgot. So sorry about that. We should see the clicks. Yes, you have mouse event, and for example, event target would point to the element that was clicked. Oh, sorry, we did it in a Chrome. So it would be this element, and then we could let's say that, for example, something like data. Okay, add add attribute, set attribute data ID to be ID, and we would get attribute data ID, and it would be user ID. Yes, one for Safari, for Firefox, for Chrome, etc. So it would be the single callback actually. So request add friend callback. Request add friend callback. That would have this code. So it's pretty easy to find which user ID is which user ID we want to add. Sorry. So which user ID we want to add. And then we make a request. Oh, we have yeah, we have function add event. Sorry about that. So we don't need to do a lot of things. So we add event about event listener, about this event. So it would be like, let's just give it an ID that would make sense, like add friend link, and the ID of the ID of a user that we want to add. So then we add event for this. So it would be click, and function would be request add friend callback. And it would return false, of course, because we do not want the event to cause it to go to a link. So that's how we do it instead of calling event prevent default and such things. And so we do not write it into ID anymore. We just writes this information directly into ID, and we get the friend ID this way. So user IDs are big int, but we do not care for the moment about this too much, but we should ensure that when we cross 32 bits user IDs, everything still working. Okay, so it's not going to happen today at least. So in this callback, we just send request to a server, and so we say something in request add friends, something like that. So we say that friend ID would be friend ID, and it should be string, but ID it will be string because the friend ID and element ID is always string, so it will be string. Okay, and then we set callback when we receive the answer. So we do something like I don't know what we do actually, to be honest. So we print an alert. Oh no, we say something that request has been sent to be. So that user knows that the request has been sent and that everything is okay. So we could do something like this. We remember the elements for this link, and then change its text to request has been sent, for example, has been sent. So in templates we also should do something about this. So like users list, add to friends. Oh, nice. So should probably add it here then. To friends. It's not very good to put to put the markup into JavaScript code, so it's definitely not how you would do it in production, but it will work for now. So yeah, so you add them to friends. And if we just click something, then it would be invalid request type. And we should see it in the console as well. So yeah, and for some reason it sends a request type that is different. Okay, so send request type, the sequence ID and data. Okay, so doesn't matter too much. If there are some errors, we will fix them. So then we need to request add friend to add requested friend to our structures on the server. So request add friend would specify friend ID. Would be actually, yeah, friend ID is okay actually. So it would be string. That's because there is no way to specify user ID in 64 bits for JavaScript for it to work correctly. So it's not much that we can do. So requested friend, then we go to our function that's accepts request, and we will for now just copy this code and say that it is request add friend. This specified in quotes, and this is not the best decision to do so, but as I said, it will have to do for now. So it would be something like this. It would be process requested friend, and we should write it. So we take something as an example and change it. So we're not going to send any more events other than reply to our user that everything is okay. So we should execute two inserts into friends table. So it would be very similar to this one. Probably add to friends, add friends request, something like that. Turn it into friends. It's SQL for MySQL. And a friend, it would be user ID, friend user ID, request accepted. So request accepted would be 0. Or no, all 3 values should be specified, because you'll see why later. So users, friends, would be a SQL statement as well. So yes, it should understand that it is correct syntax. Okay, so couldn't prepare add friends request. So we should add one entry to friends with request accepted equals 1, because it is our friend now for us, but the other users should confirm that. So the way that we will do this is that we add 2 entries, and from our side we already confirmed that this is our friend, because we are adding him. And on the other side, he will see this. He will see us as an unconfirmed user. So okay, let's write code, I guess. Okay, so we execute some statement. Say add friend request, and the first thing is that oh yeah, it's a request add friend. Okay, so how it was? It's user ID, friend user ID, and request accepted. So first we add ourselves and this user, and it should be integer. So first we need to pass it. So it is very much the same as usual. So send error, say that friend ID is not numeric. And it returns int, and actually it should be pass int. It is unsigned integer, but yeah, it should be unsigned integer. It's int64, and it's the base and bit size. So base is 10 and bit size is 64. So so friend ID would be uint64. Yes, so it's unused for now, but we'll pass it. It would be friend ID, and from our side we confirmed that it is our friend, and from the other side it is not confirmed. So it would be something like that. And the moment we just do not send any events other than just reply to our user, and this could be done in a much more concise way. Of course, it is getting pretty repetitive. Okay, so for now it's okay, I think. Yes, well, let's try. Okay, so we should see something happen in database probably. So there are two entries. So our user ID for Chrome is so Chrome is 2, and we send request to Safari probably, which is friend user ID 2. Yeah, so for Chrome, friend user ID 1 is a confirmed friend, and for user ID 1, which is Safari, friend user ID 2 is not confirmed. So if someone tries to send the request again, no entries will appear, and we should probably see the duplicates entry error for this. So that's why you cannot add the friend second time. But for the moment, we do not show anything in users list. We show just all users, including ourselves. We can try to add ourselves as a friend, and it's not a good idea to do so. So we must check it. And say that you cannot add yourself as a friend. We could even see it in console, I think. Yes. So, but we can request other users. So Chrome now sent request to 2 users, and none accepted. So Chrome will think that these people are his friends, and in reality they can be anyone. So let's add the information about that into friends list so that we can disable links, for example. So it should be pretty easy. So in the request that we are sending to get friends list, to get users list, we just modify the statement. So it's pretty simple now, but we will modify it. So so it should be like live join friend, and let's see, inject MySQL here. Live join friends as like F, and it says U. So on U user ID equals friends friend user ID, and F user ID is our user ID, so would be limit and user ID, and here we need to pass user ID as well. And accept user ID. So yes. So then we need to JS user info. In JS user info, we need to make a list of it. So reply, it has JS user info, and there are lots of uses for this structure. So we'll like extend it a little bit, so it would be JS friend user info. That would include JS user info and something like his friends, which is bool, and that's it. Yes, and we didn't finish. So ID, first ID is username and user ID, and the only thing that's the only reason why we use live join is to just determine that's if null or not. So like I forgot the syntax. So come on. So if null, be if null 1, 10. So if expression 1 is not null, if null, yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, so we don't need to use this. So if ID is null, then it would be 0, then it's 1 as his friend. So this statement means that if the ID is of entry about that we are friends, request accepted equals 1. So in case there is an entry, actually we don't need request accepted, so doesn't matter. Excuse me. Just a second. So if ID of friends table is null, then it means that the result of left join is there is no corresponding entry. This is how left join works. So in this case, it is not a friend, so which is the first, the second argument to if, and the third argument to if is value if it is not null. So it could be like if it is not null, then it is then this user is our friend, and in case it is null, then it is not our friend. So that's roughly how it works. Okay, it's not JS user info, it's friend, JS friend user info. Users is JS friends user info. It's very bad name, to be honest. So JS user list info, for example. So the last thing is his friend. So it would be like his friend int would be int. Then we say that's user is friend equals. So it would be equal to false by default. So is friend int more than it's not equal to 0, then user's friend is true. So it could be simplified to something like that. So it should be more than 0 in case if it is really our friend, and if it is 0, then he is not our friend. So we should start receiving the data about our friends and not our friends, and let's log this. So come on. Okay. I need to actually click it. So yes, is friend false, 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 and false. So no one is our friend. It's because it's the wrong tab. Okay, so yeah, is friend true? Okay, so we have friends. And if we have friends, then it would probably be something like a item. So the link would be added only if he is not our friend. So var a item should be defined elsewhere. So it would be just a text text node. That would of course contain a username, but yes, so be something like that. So when we when we send a request, then so you cannot add yourself as a friend. Yeah, okay, so it now requires to change it requires us to refresh the page to see that the friend is he is our friend, or at least that we sent request. So to clear the anchor, the link, we can just update inner HTML of a parent node. So you'll see that in action. So yeah, that's how you do it. So it would be like request to this guy has been sent. Yeah, so you can't click it the second time. And in this one, it was an error that should be displayed somewhere. We should display this. So as for now, it is just shown in the console. But if we receive an error, then we can show it to user. And we could show it somewhere. I don't know, maybe we can add some div with error text that would contain this error and would have error text ID, and it would be okay, class error text, and it would be like main CSS. So should be positioned fixed and like top 10, for example, pixels, text align center, and color red. Yeah, that's enough, I think. We don't need it to be very pretty, so we just like our text. Then append child with the error text, so it would be reply message. I don't remember. Undefined. Sorry. So I don't remember. So message, not MSG. Okay, so yeah, it should be like, and like I don't know how how to write CSS. So yeah, you can do this, but it's not too pretty. So it would be background white and border, I don't know, border 1 pixel, red, solid. And padding, of course, like 3 pixels. So yeah, that's good. So when there is an error, then we show it for a brief period of time. So like and then for some for like in 2 seconds we hide it. Okay, so it won't work if it is written in CSS, so we have to write it here. Okay, so yeah, so you cannot set yourself as a friend and it disappears. If we send more than 2 requests in 2 seconds, then the animation will close faster, but it doesn't matter. So it works pretty well. So hi Safari. Safari should see this message from Chrome. Response hi Chrome. And where is our message? So we received an event and we don't see this message. Don't we draw this one? Oh, I forgot everything, to be honest. So we receive the response, but something is wrong. It's ID 0. And new message. So received a message, not from current user. What is message current user? Okay, sorry. It's strange that it doesn't work, to be honest. So it did. It really did. Okay, so we invited a lot of people to be our friends, and now we need to actually writes an interface to confirm that someone is our friend. So, sorry, it's not too easy. And the strange thing is that Safari thinks that Chrome is his friend. Oh, okay, so request accepted. So, yeah, there is probably an easy solution. So, if there is no if it is not confirmed, then we need to do something about that. So it is his friend, and if it is friend, then we should see whether or not the request is accepted. And if it is not, then we should show the user some button to confirm that he is a friend. So, like, it would be so friendship confirmed. It would be nullable in 64 because it can turn out yes, that's there is that it is not friend, then friendship confirmed would be nil. So it would be an error if we specify something other than nullable int. So, but in this structure, JS user list info, we can just have a Boolean value. So friendship confirmed. It would be the same. So friendship confirmed would be only when friendship confirmed value when it is valid, and when so valid means that it is not nil, and friendship confirmed in 64 is the value of the field, that it is greater than 0, which in our database structure means that everything is okay. So we have now a new field that is available in user interface. So it would be something like this. So if it is not a friend, but friendship is confirmed, then he is a real friend. And otherwise, we should confirm the friendship. So it would be a text node but with a twist. So it would be a link and text node. So we'll add text and check. Oh, notice friends. Hey, and where are all the users? Oh, okay, so yeah. It's really hard to write code actually when you are doing it during the recording, so it's really easy to miss something. So yes, you see Chrome is not a link. Can't read property ID of undefined. What? Ah, okay. So we should really add some code to do something like if the instance of DOM element, DOM node, else. So it shouldn't be ID. Should be either ID or element. So because before we edit the element to the DOM to the top document, top level document, we wouldn't be able to find this element by ID. So we should pass the DOM node instead of ID. So I guess it makes sense, no? So DOM node is not defined. Yeah, that's embarrassing. So if ID, I don't know how to JavaScript determine if string. How to do this? How to do this? I don't know. Is nan type of? Oh, okay. So of course, sorry. If type of ID equals string, then we use it as ID, and otherwise we assume that it is a DOM node. Okay, so sorry for that. Yes, request sent, and now they became our friends, and Chrome is not our friend. So yeah, everything is everything is okay. So for Safari, Chrome and Chrome 2 now send a request to us. So we should add another element here. So it would be like this as well. So it would be confirm add to friends. Confirm friend and like, I don't know, confirm friend link. Oh, yeah, this we should do this as well. So Oh. So A is not defined. A item. So it's ugly, to be honest, very ugly, but what can I do? So confirm that he's our friend. Confirm friendship. Or decline friendship as well. So it would be at event to item, click confirm friendship callback, yes. So it would be pretty much the same as this one, but it sends a different request. So confirm friendship. So friendship confirmed. It's a very, 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 very ugly JavaScript, but we should spend our time coding in Go and not in JavaScript. So it would be completely the same. So like this one. So process as friend, but something like process confirm friendship. It would be friend ID. You should not confirm friendship with yourself. Actually, if you manage to send the request, we will let you confirm this. So confirm friendship statement, and this would be just user ID and friend ID. So it wouldn't be couldn't confirm friendship. Of course, we need to add this statement here and write a query. So it would be update friend set that's request accepted equals 1, where user ID equals equals something and friend user ID equals other thing. So we need to ensure that the order is correct. So first one is user ID and second one is friend user ID, yes. And add another request type. So as you can see, these constants are not used, and we copy paste strange code. But we will do something in the future, don't worry. So would be a request add friends. So it's the same data structure, but we should should define another one because it is another request. So confirm friend. Confirm friendship. And it should request confirm friend. Something is different, no? Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So confirm friendship and yeah. It would be just a simple update. Will not give our users ability to decline for now, even though it would be just a simple delete. Okay, so it should work. Friendship confirmed. Yeah, that's how you do it. So for Chrome, we have everyone as our friend except, oh yeah, we have not only users but friends. So friends tab, we should show only our friends here, and in online users we should also show only our friends. So okay, so what we achieved, we added friend ability to add friends, and we cannot add ourselves as a friend. So Chrome send requests to all the browsers for friendship, and Safari could, for example, confirm friendship for Chrome. So of course it is not the best interface that we made, but it is pretty basic thing to do. So this is pretty similar to how real friends lists are implemented in the real social networks, even though our model is really simplified. So that's our friends, and in the next episode we will probably work on this interface a little bit more and add checks that only friends can see online users, messages, timeline will be sent only to friends of users and not to everyone. And yes, and I should also fix bugs with Messenger not working properly, and we should actually think about some unit testing or something like that, because as we add more functionality, you can see how it breaks, and we should um, keep the website working properly and be able to add more functionality without breaking anything, at least breaking anything important. And in this case, when you send messages. When you send messages and the other user doesn't receive answers, it's not very good. It's one of the basic functionalities of our website. Doesn't work properly, so we should write some tests, even though it could be simple ones. We should write some tests to ensure that everything works, that we don't break anything. Okay, so thank you for watching. We didn't implement much this time, but I think that we can definitely see that there is a lot of work to do when we add new request type for the server, and there is a lot of repetition. a lot of repetition, and we initialize requests in different places. Then we use this, and you can see a lot of problems, which are not really problems, but are just a little bit annoying and repetitive. So we should think about a better way to handle events and to be able to find usages of our requests and see how they are handled, and see how and send events properly. So I think that it would be pretty interesting to do in future episodes. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned. New videos will come eventually, and I hope that it will happen sooner than later. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.